What's going on, team? It's Caddy with Money Investing. I hope that you all are having an amazing day. So in this video, we're going to talk about Workhorse, ticker symbol Wkhs, and I'll give you guys an update where it's trading from a technical standpoint. We'll map out some key support and resistance levels and follow up from my previous videos on Workhorse. I also want to share a couple articles that are going to be relevant for the company ahead of their earnings and what to expect from their earnings call, which are going to be on August 10th. So this right here is going to be the earnings, and they're going to be reporting their second quarter results from 2020. As always, if you guys enjoy this video, please make sure to drop a like. It really helps out with the channel. Also, subscribe if you're new and make sure that you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future market updates and videos related to investing and technical breakdowns. Now, in terms of the earnings which Workhorse reports for the second quarter of 2020 on August 10th at 10 a.m., the analyst expectations are close to negative 12 cents per share in EPS and revenue of close to 0.3 million or $300,000 for the second quarter of 2020, which is going to represent an EPS drop of 20% from prior years and a revenue bump of close to 2,900% from the same quarter last year. So it'll be really interesting for us to kind of see where Workhorse stands for the second quarter and how well the company actually did in the second fiscal quarter of 2020. Now, for the full fiscal year 2020, Workhorse is expected to report a negative 35 cents per share in EPS and revenues of close to $16 million. Anything above or below that can potentially act as a positive or a negative catalyst for the company. So it's really important for us to keep a close eye on these numbers, and also we're going to take a look at the delivery numbers for their C-Series trucks, and then also jump over to the executive order that the company received from the state of California. Alright guys, so here we are inside Workhorse's official website. So if you go over to their website and you go under Others tab and under Press Releases, this is where they announce all the press releases related to their executive orders, purchase orders, funding, so on and so forth. So we went over the Workhorse's announcement of securing their $70 million financing from the institutional investor in my previous update. I also went over the fact that they received a purchase order of 20 C1000 all-electric delivery trucks, which equates to a purchase order of close to $1 million because of their average selling price is close to $50,000 per truck. And that was kind of like the ballpark number that I was expecting from this purchase order, to be close to $1 million. But today we're going to go over this article right here that was announced on July 28th. So it's been a while since they announced this executive order issued by the state of California, and we'll kind of dissect some other things that I want to highlight for you guys. Alright guys, so this right here is the article that Workhorse issued on July 28th at 8:30 a.m. Eastern that essentially reads that Workhorse receives Hvip eligibility from California Air Resources Board. So if you read further into the article, it essentially says that Workhorse announced that its C-Series all-electric delivery trucks have been deemed eligible for the Hybrid and Zero Emission Truck and Bus Voucher Incentive Program, which stands for HVIP, program by the California Air Resources Board, or CARB. Earlier this month, the company also announced that it had received an executive order for this CARB program designating its trucks as zero-emission vehicles in the state of California, which again is going to be a huge accomplishment for the company because now it becomes eligible to not only produce these vehicles in the state of California, but also offer some type of a discount voucher. So if you read further into the article, it essentially says that obtaining this executive order was also one of the preliminary requirements in order to be considered for the HVIP program, and Workhorse C-Series vehicles can now qualify for monetary vouchers, helping to reduce the total cost for any purchaser domiciled in the state of California. Workhorse's 2020 model year C1000 standard range 4-pack, C650 extended range 4-pack, and C650 standard range 2-pack battery electric step vans are eligible for the monetary vouchers for up to $50,000 per vehicle. So these are huge savings for anyone who is looking to purchase these vehicles, and as a result is going to improve their bottom line, and as a result is going to increase sales for Workhorse, which the CEO does mention right here. So he essentially says that our eligibility for the HVIP program is expected to help dramatically reduce purchasing costs for California-based potential customers, and along with that, we look forward to maximizing the benefits of this program to increase our future sales. So it's definitely a win-win situation for both, and it'll be really interesting for us to see if they can provide us some additional comments or guidance moving forward on their second quarter earnings call, which again are going to be on August 10th at 10 a.m. So now we're going to jump over to my TradingView platform to look at the stock price, look at the pattern, and kind of understand where the key support and resistance levels are going to be. And I'll give you guys an update from my previous Workhorse updates. Hey guys, so here we are inside my TradingView platform. Again, if this is the platform you'd like to use for yourself, the link is going to be down in the description below. So right now we're looking at Workhorse Group Incorporated, ticker symbol Wkhs, and they're listed on the NASDAQ exchange. As of the most recent close and as of the time of this video, they closed at $15.52 and they were down close to about 5.5% on the day. And this right here again are going to be the earnings that are coming up on August 10th. And to map out some key support and resistance levels for this stock, I've already went over the fact that it's kind of consolidating sideways, and at the same time it's making some type of a descending triangle or a bull flag just poised for a breakout. All it really needs is a really strong catalyst to drive the price higher and break out of this resistance at $17.55. So if you were to kind of look at these two trend lines that I have marked for you guys, the first one is going to be the support at the bottom at $14, right on the dot, where the stock has essentially bounced off of not once, not twice, but multiple times during the day. Going back as far as July 7th, when the stock price essentially hit a low of $14.11 all the way down here and then got bought up towards the end. Once again on July 10th, when the low for this candle was $14.20 all the way down here and then essentially got bought up, creating a doji candle on the day. And then on July 20th, it actually did below the $14 mark, but that was also kind of like a false breakdown and it got bought up towards the end again. It did hit a low of close to about $13.36, so all the way down here, and then it got bought up above that $14 support or floor for the stock. Once again on July 24th, it was hitting as low as $14.30 and then it pushed up all the way. Now that being said, the resistance is consistently sitting at $17.55, which is what this represents right here. And you can go back as far as July 8th when the resistance or the high for that candle was $18.10 and the sellers essentially came into the market and brought the price below $17.55. Once again on July 13th, it hit a high of $17.68 but then ended up closing at $15.44. So it was as high as this right here and then got sold off all the way underneath $17.55. Once again on this day on July 20th, hit a high of $17.20. On this right here on July 30th, so very recently, it hit a high of $17.50 and then got sold off again. So this is going to be kind of like the range within which Workhorse has been trading for the better half of the last month since July. And then anything that breaks out or breaks down can potentially follow through and act as, again, a positive or a negative catalyst. That's all we are waiting for. And if the price essentially breaks out of this resistance of $17.55 or $18 level, then we can see the pattern essentially hitting highs of 20, 22, 24, and that again is a possibility based on how strong the catalyst is, whether it's the earnings call, whether it's them winning the USPS contract, which again is valued up to $6 billion with a purchase order of hundreds of thousands of vehicles, and they are one of the 4 bidders for the USPS contract. Again, it's going to act as some type of catalyst for the company because that's all future revenues that the company can utilize to grow and expand their business. Another thing I want to mention is their ownership with Lordstown Motors, and since that company is also in talks of going public with a SPAC, then any equity raised by the company is also going to be future revenues for Workhorse because it owns 10% of that company as well. So all of that is going to be really interesting to see how the company addresses that and provides us any additional comments and guidance in their second quarter earnings, and something for us to closely watch and listen to. But that's kind of like the game plan, and I wanted to kind of highlight the key support and resistance levels for this stock. I have my alerts set up at over $18, so this, which is what this represents right here at $18.56 is what I'm watching in terms of a breakout and a breakout with heavy volume. So you can see from back in June when the stock was essentially trading at $3.17, it ran up close to over 600%, trading all the way as high as $22, and that's when we saw the most volume for Workhorse stocks. We want to see a very similar breakout out of these channels. So if it does break out of over 18, we want to see a heavy volume to follow through with it, and there's going to be a lot of people actually watching Workhorse stock because it has a lot of potential with the technology and within the EV space that they operate in. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and my quick technical breakdown and my update on Workhorse stock. Those are some of the levels that I will personally be watching very closely ahead of their earnings call, and anything that they report can potentially act as a positive or a negative catalyst. So I want you guys to manage your risk appropriately. Again, it goes without saying that this is, for now, a very speculative play, so please make sure that you do your own research and your own analysis, your own due diligence, and you're able to manage risk appropriately. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to drop a like. It really helps out with the channel. Also subscribe if you're new, and make sure that you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future market updates and videos related to investing and technical breakdowns. As always, happy investing, and I will see you guys in the next video.